Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This video, we're gonna be talking about some cons, or maybe some things to think about before moving to the Camdenton area. Let's check it out. Alright, hey guys, my name is Scott, and if it's your first time visiting the channel, welcome, thank you, and no, I normally don't sound like this. So for all my people out there who have kiddos, or maybe you've raised kiddos, maybe you're a grandparent and you see grandkids, right? You know it's school season, and so the kids go to school, they get the crud, they bring it home, and they pass it around to the family. So my daughter got it. She passed it to my son, who passed it to my wife, who has now passed it to me. So if I sound a little funny, if I sound nasally and congested, it's because I am. But I'm committed to my video, so I wanted to shoot a video today. And if you remember from a couple weeks ago, we talked about all of the pros of living in the Camdenton area. And from that, we had some conversations, and in those came questions about talking about some cons. And so we figured we'd do a video on that, which is going to be tough because I genuinely love the Camdenton area. However, there could be some things to think about just depending on who you are, your lifestyle, your needs, your wants, all that kind of stuff. So we'll talk a little bit about some of the cons, but in those conversations, one of the biggest questions or topics that always comes up is around employment, right? And what do job opportunities look like in this area? And for a lot of folks that we talk to, you are retired and looking to relocate, permanently cash out of your home, buy something and live very affordably and have lake life. So that one's easy. Others that are, relocating their families, you might have the ability to work remotely. So again, if you have that ability, not too big of a concern. You can pull out a mortgage, you can use your current employment because your employer allows you to work anywhere and earn that income. So that one's an easy one. And then the flip side to it is if you are looking to move here, find employment and use that employment for your purchase, that's where the conversation could come from. So when you're looking to relocate and move into a new area, and you have to have employment in that area in order to buy the house, number one, if you can find something that's on a salary base, right? So if you are maybe in, education, or you work for the state, or, a healthcare industry, and you find employment and you have a letter that gives you income when you move, you can use that right away. The challenges are going to be if you have to find a job that's an hourly job, and with that job you have to earn the hours in order to use the income, okay? And so, hey, my employer says I get 40 hours a week. Cool. Maybe you're outdoor, you're doing landscaping or construction or something, and then on Thursday it rains really heavy, and so you don't work Thursday, you don't earn those hours. So even though you're able to earn the 40 hours, if weather permits and doesn't get you those hours, then you no longer have the 40. So the hourly employee has to earn the hours for a while to show consistency in order to use that. And the reason I bring that up is down here in Lake of the Ozarks, right? We know this is a tourist destination with a lot of hospitality industry, restaurants and entertainment and stuff like that, where you can come down and it's hot, right? It's hot from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and you can work a ton of hours and make a bunch of money, but it's also seasonal. So food for thought, depending on when you're thinking about relocating and getting that job. If it is seasonal, right, then you got to put in the hours in order to earn the income, and you might need to show a little bit more longevity. So, again, depending on who you are and why you're moving here and what you're looking for, employment could be a challenge depending on your skill set, your desires, and again, if it happens to be in a labor or construction or yard work or hospitality industry, those things can again be seasonal, and they could also be determined by the weather. And so we'll help you with all that stuff, but if there's a con, right, it could just be some of those employment opportunities here at the lake. So again, as we know that Lake of the Ozarks is a tourist destination, you have tons of people traveling in during that Memorial Day to kind of Labor Day time frame. And so if you live here and you are a permanent resident, you might feel a little something about that, right? You might feel like all these people from all over the place are coming in, they're using our lake, they're doing whatever, acting crazy, and then they're bouncing, right? That could be a thought or a feeling. Others I talked to maybe had felt that way at one point, but now they kind of welcome it because they know that the economy of the lake, right, is kind of supported by those tourist dollars. And so maybe they don't feel that way anymore. But if you do live here locally, that influx of people could cause congestion on the roadways. It could cause maybe a little longer wait at your favorite restaurant. It could cause a little bit of an inconvenience, right? Because there's a lot more people now taking advantage of the area. So food for thought, pro, con, I don't know, but just know Memorial Day to Labor Day, there'll be a lot more people than those winter months. And in some of those other conversations that we have around, things to do or the area or the tourism type stuff, we know that we're pretty well separated from big cities, right? So if we grab a map real quick and we show the lake, you're gonna show that Kansas City and St. Louis are the two big cities that are the closest to us. And so some people are looking for a little bit more of a robust nightlife, or they want an art scene, or they want big concerts or big sporting events. And the lake is not going to have that. You're going to have your local events, your fairs, your festivals, your little local concerts and things like that. There's always going to be something to do, but not on a big scale. And so if that's what you want, right, then might not be the place for you. Camdenton's not going to have that on a bigger scale. And so you would probably have to drive out to St. Louis or Kansas City, and that's about a 2.5 hour, maybe 3 hours east or west, depending on which way you want to go. So that could be a potential con. It could be a pro, right? Like, I don't want that every single weekend. I don't want that as part of my thing, but I'm okay taking a little trip, right? So maybe now you're taking a weekend trip. You head out on a Friday, you enjoy your scene on a Saturday, either come back Saturday or maybe come back Sunday. So I don't know, pro or con, I might have just flipped that a little bit, but most people live here because of the lake life and the nature and the beauty and the scenery, right? And the affordability. But Kansas City, St. Louis, it's not too far away if you wanted to go and enjoy kind of big city lifestyle. And in relocating or moving or, purchasing here in the Camdenton area, we'll jump online here in a second and I'm going to click through some of the properties and some of the availability. Okay, so depending on who you are and what you're looking for, there might be some limitations on properties that would meet your needs. And so we've talked to some folks that are maybe at a certain price point, but that price point is a little further up into the Osage or Village of Four Seasons area, or you want that retirement life and you want the condominiums. Well, those are kind of a little bit further away as well. And so very specifically to the Camden area, and obviously the homes, the price points, your needs, your wants, again, relocating with your family, or are we down here for retirement? In the pro video we did a couple weeks ago, there are a lot of opportunities obviously in the Camden area, but as we jump on here in a second, you'll see that maybe, again, depending on who you are and what you're looking for, you might have to kind of open up your search a little bit or maybe venture out into a different part as well. So we'll jump on and take a look at that, and we'll see you at the end. All right, guys, so here we go. Just wanted to jump online a little bit. We've talked about some things to think about and consider. I wanted to show you some of the homes and some of the properties. Now, again, we did this on the pro video and showed you some of these homes, but depending on who you are, the price point of what you're looking for and the home, Camdenton could be a good option. It might not be. Again, it's subject to you, who you are and what you're looking for. But what we'll do real quick is I'll just shrink myself, get down here in the corner, and we got Google Earth right here. So as I mentioned earlier, when you look at the state of Missouri, you got Kansas City on one side, you have St. Louis on the other. Go to the middle, go down, and right below this M is where you're going to find the lake. So again, just as I mentioned earlier, depending on if you are looking for big sporting events or robust nightlife or an art scene, or you need a big city feel, these are going to be your two best options, Kansas City, St. Louis. Now, you do have Tulsa down in this area. You also have Branson down here, which is a super cool place. And so the lake is kind of in the middle, right? And again, we're living here because we love lake life and we like nature and scenery and, small town feel. But if you did need to venture out, again, you have places. You're probably 2.5 hours to Kansas City or St. Louis, maybe a couple hours to Branson, and, obviously a little further depending on where you got to go. So as you scroll in, we know this lake is Chinese ancient dragon. And this Camdenton area is down here towards the bottom tail of the dragon. Okay, so we talked about some of the pros of this area being a little bit away from Osage and Village of Four Seasons and in the heart of things and the congestion of stuff. Camdenton's a little bit farther away. So that could be a potential con if you wanted to be in the heart and in the scene. You're going to be a little bit extended from that. And there's only so much waterway that's down here as well. There's going to be more options of homes up towards the Osage and Village of Four Seasons. So, again, depending on who you are and what you're looking for, that could be a potential con that there might not be as many options as there would be in other parts of the lake. And so, wanted to show a little bit on the location of things. We're going to jump over into the MLS and show some properties. Now, this just shows all of the homes that are available in this Camdenton area, right? So here is again the tail of the dragon. You have downtown Camdenton kind of right here. You have a lot of homes that are on the outskirts. So we have conversations that folks are looking for a little bit of elbow space, a little bit of room. They don't want to see their neighbors, and they're going to have those options. Here's your quintessential Midwestern home with the big wraparound porch. You have a barn out back, very well maintained and well kept. I haven't even scrolled through these until right now. So this is a really great option. That is an off-lake option. Okay. You'll have some other opportunities, I'm sure, out here. So here's another one that has a big lot and clearly maybe some neighbors semi close by, but not right next door. Ranch style home. You have a pool out back, open floor plan, very well maintained. That's a great option. But thinking about again, maybe some of those potential cons could be what are some of the lakefront options? There's going to be homes available, obviously, all throughout this area. But again, depending on your price point and what you're looking to spend for the quality of home, there might not be as much. So we'll go up here to the home types. We're going to take off the condominiums and the townhomes. We're going to search for homes that are minimal 500 and above. And maybe we want to look for just lakefront properties. So as you can tell, you only have so many options in this area. Okay, so don't get me wrong, there's going to be options. Here's a great home on a flat lot, very desirable. Ranch style home. You have a huge dock out back, 2 slips, swim platform, open floor plan, beautiful views, great option. Here's another one for $750. This one's more of a cabin style. Still have a couple of slips with a swim platform, garage. Could be a good investment opportunity as well. So again, there are options, right? There's always going to be choices. There just might not be as many. And so if this is an area because you love to live here, because you don't want to be in the heart, you want to be a little more offset, you want to have K through 12 schools, you want to have amenities and retail and like all of these things, great. It might just take a little bit longer to find the perfect home because they just don't come up that often, right? And again, I know from personal experience with my wife and my family, like when we do buy and sell, that when we go to that buy stage, we get very specific. Every time we do it, we get a little bit more specific. Our wants sometimes become more needs. And in doing so, we limit ourselves on our opportunities or what could be available. And so just wanted to scroll around here a little bit and kind of show you a few of these things. Now, there are some great, beautiful homes. This is one in particular. And so if you're relocating your family, if you're moving down here, you need the school district, you want the small town feel, like super cool. We will set this home search up very specific for your bedrooms, your bathrooms, your price point. You want lakefront, you want off lake, all good, right? just depending on what that looks like, it could take a little bit longer because there's not as many choices and options. So just food for thought. Just wanted to poke around a little bit, show you a few of these homes. Man, this is a great option. Another flat lot. Like flat lots are just super rare. So you might need to put a little bit into this one, but there will be options. So just wanted to jump on here a little bit, show you a few of these things. Again, we'll set you up when the time comes. We'll pop back out of here and we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, guys, so I hope that video was helpful and just gave you some things to think about when relocating, or very specifically to this Camdenton area. I say it all the time, right? We're licensed lenders and agents. These videos are great, but I would love more to help you with your lending or real estate needs. If there's a home search or a question or a scenario or anything that we can do, down below is all my contact info. So I'll be the guy that answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the emails. Please don't hesitate to reach out for anything that you might need. And until then, we'll see you on the next video. Bye.